tell us your first name.
Bruce,
Bruce, you own what kind of a studio?
a hot yoga studio.
And you got into the sauna. I said, I'll go in for 1 minute. You had no clue what it was. And,
Sure.
And then you
Sure.
started having nice experiences.
Sure. So basically, what I noticed was I expected to sweat to really start to feel a big macular change, and right off the bat, there's an interesting pressure that kind of moved towards my just in my forehead, kind of
Yeah.
at the top of the sinus, just at the top of the nose.
Yeah.
And kind of reminded me of all the pressure work that brings attention to parts of the body. So you have to breathe there, it brings your attention there. But after about another 5 minutes, there was kind of a big release of that pressure. And it's pretty interesting that it's relaxing on much prior to sweating. I'm relaxed, and I can feel an overall sense of well-being that I wasn't sure I would feel.
Yeah.
So that's kind of, and it's deeply relaxing. It has an energy feel to it that's it's noticeable, and yeah, I highly recommend you give it a try.
So have you been in many saunas?
I have, but typically traditional.
Yeah.
But as a hot yoga teacher, I'm really familiar with body temperature, what that feels like to kind of put energy into that change.
Yes.
And also the investment of time. So for an hour and a half yoga class, that it can take 3 hours there and back, prep, meal prep, all of that. So my brain is calculating that this would be an interesting, efficient method to raise body temperature, change your headspace, flush some toxins, create an energetic shift.
So you're seeing how you can use this at your yoga studio.
Yeah, and also quickly.
Yes.
Perhaps even people that were injured or don't have time to come into class could just do a 15-minute warming session.
Right.
Something like that.
So how would you compare this to some of those other saunas you've been into?
Sure. I guess the fact that it is an energetic thing is noticeable.
Yeah, you can feel the energy. Yeah.
And there's a natural sense of, you get in a hot sauna, you want to probably give yourself time to recover.
Yeah.
I don't sense that that's part of this process as much, maybe.
No, this is actually the recovery process.
Right. So I think that's the primary difference. Less assaulting.
Yeah.
It just seems, and I even did the first minute and noticed the difference.
Yes.
So even if you don't want to sweat, I think it's interesting that you could hop in here. I just arrived at this event. I'm in my clothes. I have a jacket.
Yeah.
I feel really comfortable.
Yeah.
And so, and now after a few minutes, I can see that if you sat here for longer, you could probably get a great sweat in 20 minutes.
20 minutes. It's unbelievable. It's such a profuse sweat. Yeah.
Sure. I'm sure there's some dark sweat that comes out of your body.
Oh, yeah. Especially the first times you use it.
Sure.
Yeah.
And I was the UT cheerleaders yoga coach, and I remember the first 3 weeks they would come in and have brown sweat under their armpits.
Right.
And so, and that's the toxicity really leaving, and all of the stress hormones and things that we could process through our fat through sweat, and that is been proven to remove heavy metals.
Good.
And things like that. And so, I really like it. It's cool.
Well, Bruce, I really appreciate the fact that you understand the energetics behind this. It's not
clearly
it's not heat.
Noticeable. Yeah, for somebody that isn't sure, sit in the sauna for a minute and just notice the pressure moving towards the kind of base of your forehead, right at the top of your nasal passages, and it's undeniable. And to relax into that space is really similar to acupressure. That alone has a directive benefit that was pretty tangible. So I would just, if you're a skeptic, sit in there and wait for that experience to kind of start the shift.
Yeah, by the way, this is the Relax Sauna, and the website is relaxsaunas with an S.com, relaxsaunas.com. And Bruce, it was so refreshing to hear you.
It's a pleasure.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Because you're tuned in and you can tell the difference.
Sure, and anybody that's doing body work or is facilitating healing, just to have something that's a nice tool, especially in heating and changing mentality, energy quickly. This is great, but if you're a skeptic, sit in it for 2 or 3 minutes. I would encourage you just to notice how your body changes very quickly, not in the way of sweating, which is what I'm used to as a hot yoga teacher.
Right.
And so, it's interesting. It's energetic,
Yes.
for sure.
Thanks so much,
You're
Bruce.
welcome.
Thanks.